Well, well, well. Looks like we're gonna have ourselves a little chat with Mr. General Darian here, so that we can proceed and go bury the hatchet of war peacefully, or maybe we'll bury his lunchbox. Because, well, I'm not really sure what the deal of this guy is with lunchboxes, I don't know. Maybe some of them decided to go eat all of his family alive and proceeded to piss onto his plans, but either way, something really awry has arrived involving lunchboxes, and this is why he's so obsessed about it. So, yeah, we gotta sort out our little buddy and put him right onto the right order again. So, in general, most of the boss area into this game are really short and pretty much don't qualify as actual levels, but, well, two of them actually are real levels, and they are far more trickier than this one. Instead, we just have this completely optional area with a door that we can't unlock at all, so we have to find a way to open it. Also, there's a whole bunch of line of food everywhere and lamps that proceed to block all of your bazooka shots so that you proceed to kill yourself without you knowing about it. Isn't that great? Okay, so we're not gonna have any interruption while we figure out how to open this mysterious door here. Well, you probably will never guess how you're supposed to open it, because this is the most obtuse thing ever. You have to wait, but how long do you have to wait? Yeah, that long. Yeah, you have to wait 5 minutes for the door to open, and to make matters even better, it closes after 5 seconds. There's absolutely no way you'll figure this out on your own unless you have the strategy guide of the game, because, well, you'll never spend a whole 5 minutes into this level to begin with. Unless you're really bad at the game or something, but yeah, the secret can go to hell, so we'll just ignore it and just resume into this alternate reality where we didn't wait 5 minutes, even though, well, you have witnessed with your own eyes that I did indeed waste 5 minutes just in order to get an extra life. So yeah, you have to waste your life in order to get lives. Not sure what the logic of that is, but hey, this game is not about being logic. Because, well, we've got elevators that move sideways, a whole bunch of weird shit and everything, and here's the first boss! No, not him. Him. That little fellow right over here. Who sealed himself into his little fortress of solitude. Oh, how cute. Although being stabbed into the head is definitely not cute. Yeah, by activating those little wicker basket switches and all of this, it just makes it so that you get stabbed onto the head by a whole bunch of spikes, although they're really easy to avoid. Since all of the doors around are locked and some of them are time activated, well, the only way in order to get inside his room is to force him out, since he relies pretty much only on these little switches that make stabbers hit you. You destroy them all and here he comes. He's finally gonna come and face us man to bazooka. So, is this guy really a general? He looks like some sort of mailman. Well, he just delivers his mail by shooting the people onto his face. I guess that's why he's ultimately a general. And here we go, he's already dead. I guess somebody will die after you shoot him something like 20 times in the face with a bazooka, and he even gets his little eulogy right here. Never forget, the mailman. You will always be one of the greatest. Or maybe you aren't, because you were certainly the easiest boss in the entire game. So, boo-hoo. However, there's still a couple of things that I need to showcase about this boss. The first one of these being is utterly awful pathfinding. Sometimes when you destroy all of the little switches, he has some problems in order to try and find out his way out of the room. And no matter what you'll do, well, you won't be able to budge him out. And finally, if you let this guy live long enough, well, he'll be a pussy and hide into those... Yeah, this room happens to have a whole bunch of hidden subterranean tunnels in which he moves through and surprises you by spawning behind your back and just fading into the floor like that. So, yeah, essentially the big battle tactic of General Darian is being a living whack-a-mole game. And, well, I don't think that it ever proved to be any useful, because in the end, you still whack all of the moles into the face with a hammer, they start crying, and finally, well, they're all very miserable and sad for the rest of their lives. Plus, there's also a way in order to short-circuit his brilliant tactic of being shot into the face by bazookas. Basically, if you push pillars over the places where he spawns, well, you won't be able to spawn there anymore. Yeah, you just spawn over here, so hey, guess what? You're never coming back here. Eventually, you block off all of the little access holes that he has into the ground, and there's pretty much nothing he can do anymore. But yeah, one of those doors open after 3 minutes and the other doesn't, and it's kind of fun to go there because, well, there's a whole bunch of bazooka ammo as well, then an asbestos vest, and finally the key that you need in order to open the door because, well, this door is not gonna stay open permanently. It closes after a few minutes, but essentially with a asbestos armor and him having no escape route, well, the whole battle just sums up to waiting for him to spawn and shoot him in the face, and yeah. Who cares if you get shot in the face? You'd have to be shot something like 4 times just to even lose 1 bit of health. And here we go. Now we can finally put this guy to rest forever and move on to the second episode of Rise of the Triad. And yeah, basically after every single episode, well, you get one of these little still cutscenes where you just get an idea of the progress that you're doing. Essentially, there's no more story sequences like in the beginning of the game, but, well, at least it gives you some idea about what you're doing. So anyway, thank you for watching the first episode of Rise of the Triad, and I hope to see you again in episode 2, Area 1, Into the Castle.